Hi, I'm Olivia, and my life is kind of crazy. I don't know why, I just wanted to say that. What is up, you guys? It's your girl Olivia, and we are back with another video. Welcome if you're new to my channel, which is probably most of y'all because I haven't posted in so long, and I'm finally getting back on it. Hopefully you guys saw my last video of my apartment tour. I am super excited to see and show you guys what's gonna come next in my apartment, so stay tuned for that. That's gonna be my intro for today because I wanna get right into it. So, you're feeling stuck. You're on your way to college and you don't know what major you need to choose, or even you're in a job that you hate and it's time for you to make a career change. Today, I'm gonna be talking about how to pick the right career or major for you. So how do you do this? First, you gotta do research. You gotta figure out what you like. That's research within yourself, and then that's research on the outside as well. For instance, I know I love math, science, building relationships, and being creative. So that's kind of what led me to my career, but I'm sure I could have gone a lot of different ways. It's all about just finding out what that tick is for you, what your interest is, whether it's your subjects in school or whether it's just general subjects that you like. Going deeper into what you like, you have to figure out what jobs will align with your interests. So for me, I know I love math and science. There's a mathematician you can be, there's engineers you can be, there's data scientists that you can be. There's so many different alternatives and so many different careers, which makes it almost never ending that you can find something that you like. A good way to start and try to figure out what these careers are is you can do a Google search. So literally, I like math, so careers that involve math. Usually Google will have a bunch of different ideas on careers that you might like. So once you figure out that career, it's time to do research and figure out what that career is all about. So you can do that by going to job fairs at your school, going to career fairs at your school. And if you're actually in a working industry already, you can just go to networking events in your area. The biggest thing here is to find someone who can speak to whatever major, whatever career you're looking for, so that you can ask them questions and figure out if this is the right job for you, which goes into my next point. Find out what you don't like. So through interviewing people, through talking to people, and doing research on these different fields, whether you're looking at people's YouTube or you're actually talking to someone in person, you can find out, is this something that I actually want to do for the rest of my life, or even just the next 2 or 3 years? I know a lot of people want to be nurses and doctors, and they just love the aspect of helping people. But they finally get to the job and they're like, oh my gosh, these long hours, it's not even worth it. I have to go to school for so many years, yada, yada, yada. Just understanding what the job actually is before just going into it would really save you some time, energy, and just being in a career that you don't like. My next tip is find out what your priority is. Some people like me like the money, but if you want fun and money, or you want money short term and fun long term, like you just have to figure out what that balance is. What is your priority? Do you want to make sure that you have a good working environment? Do you want to be working alone? Do you want to work remotely? Do you just need a job that can just get you through and pay your bills for now? It just depends on your background, it depends on your upbringing and what your situation is. I mean, if you already have a sugar daddy and you don't need anybody to pay your bills, go ahead and be an artist. You can have that starving artist look for a few years and then actually make it big, or even you might even be a big artist right off the bat. My next tip is to just go with it and soar. Go and fly with it. Go and fly with whatever decision you make. If you want to go and be an artist, go and figure out how you can build your skills so that you can be the best artist that you want to be. If you want to be an engineer, go and figure out what skills you need. How much math do I need to take in college? Do I need a college degree? Can I just do hands-on, or can I go to trade school to get this job? Like, just figure out what that roadmap is, figure out what skills that you need to fill the gap on, and then go with it. Start applying, start to talk to people and, look over their shoulder, understand what they're doing, and just see if they can get you into the industry. So yeah, talk to somebody, figure out what they do, shadow them for a day if you can, see if you can get an internship where you don't have to pay anything. Just go and try to get experience and actually just build your skill set to do the job. And just remember, your decision's not everlasting. If you start to do a job and you actually hate it, that's okay. You can always leave. Now let's hear an example from a real life testimonial that went through this process. So, my journey to packaging. So in middle school, I know I loved math. I even wanted to be a mathematician when I was younger, which was kind of crazy because I don't know any mathematicians today. And I didn't even know what the career is like. But this was middle school, so I was just a babe. Then when I got to high school, I ended up getting more into the sciences. Learning a lot about the sciences, especially the ones that had math involved, were just so intriguing to me. So when I was in high school, they did have these engineering, I guess, like routes you can take. So I took the engineering route and I started to learn about CAD software where I was designing things, I was designing buildings, I was like doing architecture, and it was just such a cool experience. So that's how I figured out my design and creativity side. When I was in high school, these engineering classes were more focused around like civil engineering. So when I got to college, I declared civil engineering as my major. Duh. And I will tell you, we went outside and dug in the dirt on the second day. And on the second day, I declared undeclared engineering. So when I got to college, I declared civil engineering, and I'll tell you guys, the first day was good. We did some of the intro classes, and I had some chemistry classes and some math classes. So I was like, okay, cool. It's just like high school. The second day was when we had our civil engineering lab, and we went outside and we dug in the dirt. That is when I knew that civil engineering was not for me. So the next day, I literally went into the office and I declared undeclared engineering for my major. And so what undeclared engineering is when you go and you just take a bunch of engineering classes. So I took a mechanical engineering class, I took an industrial engineering class, computer engineering, and a packaging class, foreshadowing. There were a lot of classes that I wasn't really interested in, but I took a CAD class for packaging. And that was kind of similar to what I did when I was in high school, which is something that I really loved. And I also loved the intro to packaging classes. So that was kind of what sold me. I ended up declaring packaging science, and the next semester, that was my major. Now, once I got into packaging, I was taking the classes. I learned that there was a career fair every year. And so I went to the career fair. I got connected with one of these beautiful ladies, and I will never forget her. And she was a packaging engineer. I basically interviewed her. I got all the information, all the details of what it's like to be a packaging engineer in real life. Because let me tell you guys, what's in college and what's in real life are two different things. So I started to talk to her, and she kind of gave me a day in the life. We went through a tour of her facility that she was managing, and it was actually pretty cool. So I was super glad that I got to experience that and have like firsthand knowledge on what I was going to be doing in the future. Fast forward, I do some co-ops, which are basically long-term internships, and they're about 6 months. You get paid for them. You can go to like a different side of the country, and it's such a great experience. I did both of my co-ops in consumer goods, so that's kind of where I ended up landing up now. But I talk about all about the things I love about my job in another video. I will leave the card up there so you can take a look. That is my journey to packaging. I am super grateful that I made that decision, and honestly, I feel like it's one of the best decisions I've made in life. So over to you. Well, that's it for today. No, but seriously, guys, take the pressure off yourself. You always don't have to make the right decision. While choosing your major or your career is important, it's not the end of the world if you don't end up liking it. If you want to change and you want to pivot, there's always new opportunities that you can get involved in. And you can always leverage your relationships to make sure you can make that jump. Network, network, network. I really hope the information in this video was valuable to you guys. Please leave a comment or a question if you have any, and even if you just want to see more on this topic. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. We need some subscribers. Hope you guys have a great rest of the year, and I will see you. Thanks so much for watching. long-term internships.